Southwest Florida's news source. This is Fox 4 News at 6.
Knowing that the kid has a gun in school all day without anybody knowing, that part's quite troubling.
All new at 6, a Cape Coral father reacts after his child's classmate reportedly brings a gun and a taser on a school bus. We're finding out how authorities say the middle schooler got the weapons.
A Fort Myers Beach family is homeless tonight after fire rips through their home. How an explosion led to this massive fire.
And a manhunt is on tonight in Lee County after a shootout involving deputies. The news clues that could lead authorities to their suspects.
But we begin with breaking news in Cape Coral. Police on the hunt right now for two people who held a group of Domino's Pizza employees at knife point taking cash.
We're told the armed robbery happened at the pizza shop near the intersection of Mohawk Parkway and Skyline Boulevard. 4 Corners' Gabrielle Saran is live from the crime scene, which is still very active right now. Gabrielle?
Emily, it is. It is a scary situation that customers describe. Two suspects walked in and held two employees here at knife point before taking cash and leaving the scene. Take a look. It is still very much an active scene over here. Police say this happened around 4:15. The suspects walked in through the front door, their faces concealed at the time, before hitting up this business. And if you take a look at the window over on the side, you can see that it is still open. It is still accepting orders. Customers are picking up pizza, and there's just a lot of activity here at this time.
So when I called back to order the pizza, he says to me, he says, pickup or delivery? I says, pickup. He said, then you have to go to the pickup window. But you can't go in the store because you just got robbed. I said, my God, I can't believe it.
Just go to me. And police say neither of the two employees who are still inside suffered any injuries, and the two suspects they're looking for fled in possibly a red Honda. So if you have any information, call Cape Coral Police. Live in Cape Coral, Gabrielle Saran, Fox 4, in your corner.
All right, thank you, Gabrielle. We begin tonight in Lee County, where a 14-year-old Cape Coral middle school student is behind bars accused of bringing a gun and a taser to school. 4 New Corners' Matt Grant is live with more on what the school has to say tonight. Matt?
Well, less than 2 months after the tragedy in Newtown, Connecticut, detectives say a teen brought a .22 caliber handgun to school, and at least one parent tells me that he threatened to use it. The parent I spoke with tells me the students who turned in the suspect and reported what happened will receive a $75 reward each. The sheriff's office confirms the suspect has been detained before, but those records aren't public to us because the suspect is a juvenile. The district says depending on the outcome of what happens, the suspect could be expelled. Live in the studio, Matt Grant, Fox 4 in your corner.
All new at 6, incredible images into our newsroom tonight of a massive fire at an RV park on Fort Myers Beach. Huge flames, as you can see here, erupting after a garbage truck exploded, spreading those flames to a mobile home nearby. The fire breaking out at the Red Coconut RV Park of Estero Boulevard. Folks inside the home able to escape just in the nick of time. 4 Corners' Kelly Stegeman talking to neighbors tonight who are still very shaken up.
It's a heck of a way to start your morning.
Steve Heller and his wife knew something was wrong when their trailer started to shake.
It felt like the roof of our place was being pounced on by a big gorilla or something.
Neighbors at the Red Coconut RV Park immediately started to gather outside and saw a garbage truck in flames.
I couldn't believe my eyes. The whole garbage truck was blowing up. My wife came out, grabbed the hose and was hosing down the front of our trailer. And that thing kept making all kinds of noise. I thought those wheels were going to blow off for sure, so I grabbed her and we got out of there.
The fire racing to an RV nearby.
It was rather spectacular with the black smoke, occasionally other bangs and pops and propane going off.
It was terrible to watch it burn because you know it's somebody's home. They lost everything.
Neighbors say the family is visiting from Canada. Everything but their lives is gone.
You get scared for your neighbors, what happened, and hopefully everyone's all right. That's the first thing that you think about.
The fire marshal's office tells us the fire started in the garbage truck owned by Advanced Disposal Services. The fire destroyed not only the garbage truck and RV, but also another car near. As for injuries, only one person was treated for smoke inhalation.
Accidents happen, and other than safety of everybody, anything can be replaced but lives.
All right, so community members are helping that family find a place to stay tonight. Kelly did call the garbage company, but we are still waiting to hear back from them. Coming up at 10 o'clock tonight, Kelly is going to show us how a group of strangers is turning this park into a community.
Tonight, fire officials in Lee County investigating a series of brush fires they're now calling very suspicious. The San Carlos Park Fire District say they've responded to 5 separate brush fires in the last 24 hours, all of them breaking out along the Tamiami Trail corridor. No homes or buildings have been seriously threatened. Crews are telling us nearly 5 acres have burned. If you know anything about the cause of these fires, you can call the arson hotline. It's 1-800-342-5869. And after you call authorities, you can take a picture and let us know. We don't want to encourage anyone, of course, to do something illegal or dangerous. But unfortunately, this is the time of year when we're going to see brush fires, whether they're started by folks or nature.
And it's not like we're going to see anything that's going to alleviate the dry conditions anytime soon. Usually we have to get into rainy season before we get the drought index down to where it should be. But let's take a look at Storm Patrol Viper. We're dry right now, but we actually do have some of that much needed rain showing up to the north of us. There's an area of low pressure and a trailing cool front that are going to be getting closer to southwest Florida, the cool front especially. And we have a chance for rain in our forecast tomorrow. Tonight should be mainly dry, although we could see a spotty shower, especially after midnight. But tomorrow, we're going to see that front sliding into southwest Florida, and it's going to bring us a pretty good chance for at least a handful of scattered showers. Coming up, I'll show you exactly when we expect the rain to be moving through your neighborhood, even as early as tomorrow morning when you get up at the crack of dawn. We may have a few showers showing up on Storm Patrol Viper. We'll track those showers for you, tell you if they're going to stick around for the weekend, coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Tonight, the search is on in Lee County for one of the people involved in a shootout with deputies. The gunfire erupting after a robbery at Wendy's restaurant in the 3900 block of Palm Beach Boulevard. This is the 3rd violent fast food robbery in the Fort Myers Shores area in less than a week. Tonight, Sheriff Mike Scott is talking to Foreigner Corner's Callins Hogan about why he thinks these robberies could all be related.
Like living in the Wild West.
Fort Myers Shores, the new Wild West?
Makes you uneasy at night.
John Quintier thinks so.
The helicopter flew over the house for about an hour and a half.
He's lived in this neighborhood for 25 years, never seen it this bad.
You know, there's been so many robberies, we figured maybe another one.
He was right. Early this morning, another robbery, the 3rd in less than a week. 2 thugs hit up this Wendy's.
You see all the lights over here, and we knew something was going on.
There was some violence.
Lee County Sheriff Mike Scott saying deputies responded within seconds to an armed robbery in progress call from the store on Palm Beach Boulevard.
Shots were fired. We're not going to discuss who shot, who was hit, if anybody was hit, etc.
Scott mentioned a minor injury in the scuffle, but wouldn't say to whom. He says thankfully his deputy was okay.
We were able to get one person in custody. We're still looking for a second suspect, believed to be a Hispanic male.
Once the sun came up, deputies were able to mark their evidence, snapping pics of the crime scene. Yellow tape roping off the whole place. Sheriff says this robbery seems to match the MO of the Dunkin' Donuts and Domino's robberies.
We definitely believe there are similarities such that we're looking at that very, very closely.
The donut shop right across the street was robbed around the same time 2 days ago. 2 crooks ran in, knocked the female manager to the ground, taking off with her cell phone and cash. And last Friday night, deputies say a Hispanic guy held up the Domino's pizza down the road, getting into a fight with a worker who had to be taken to the hospital.
These things occur. It's regrettable. There are bad people in every community.
Neighbors like John Quintier says he's ready for the bad guys to be locked up and off his streets.
Well, if they got one of them, I'm glad they got one of them, and I hope they find the other one, because, you know, if they're robbing people with a gun, and, you know, there's a chance somebody's going to get hurt.
Colleen Hogan, Fox 4 in your corner.
All right, so the drive-through at the CVS pharmacy right next door was also temporarily shut down to customers as it was part of the crime scene today as well. If you know anything about the man who got away, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-780-TIPS.
Still ahead on Fox 4 News at 6, a group in Southwest Florida encouraging police to break potential gun laws. We'll tell you why.
Also, a shocking case of animal abuse. Dogs being fed to other dogs. And you won't believe who police say is behind this crime. Plus,
this guy has shown the propensity to shoot at anybody in a uniform.
An all-out manhunt on tonight for a cop killer. Authorities say he's a former officer himself. New details in this developing, terrifying story. Next.